Scholarly books are generally written by the same types of people who write the articles we discussed last week. They're written for different reasons. If you consider articles are written to share very specific information about specific studies, books, on the other hand, offer a broader, more general, and very in-depth overview of a topic. Take the two books that we're looking at on the screen right now. Both of these really offer a broad overview on, for one, art in Japan and the other, art and AI. Take that in relationship to this article, which is looking at aesthetics, but looking at it in a very closed, specific way. So between these two, you probably wouldn't be able to fill an entire book with the topic in this article. And if you tried to write an article about the topics of these books, you would have a book length article, and that would not really make sense. So it's no surprise that it takes a long time to research and write a nonfiction book. So I want you to keep that in mind when you do your own research. For example, there aren't many books published on COVID-19, less than a year into this virus, but there are already thousands of articles that discuss the practical tests that have been performed on vaccines and the efficacy of hand washing or masks and how transmission works. And I realize that probably in a few years we will start to see books published about COVID-19, but they won't look like the articles we see today. They'll probably look more at the virus in a broad, in-depth way. So if you are interested in looking up a book that we may have in the library, you want to do that with that Library One search. This is our catalog search, and as I've mentioned, it searches everything that the library purchases and has available. So this is all of the books and all of the articles that we have. In order to locate specifically books or the materials that we have in the library, you can change your search, and you can search here in this search box with keywords or author name or title, whatever you're interested in searching. But changing this everything to books and more will give you the specific books that we have. So I'm going to perform a search. Let's say you're interested in reading about the flu of 1918. We have a number of different results that have shown up here. One thing I want to point out is that each result below the title has an availability line. That availability line tells you where that book is located. So this book, you can see this top one here is located on the second floor, and then there's a string of letters and numbers, and we call that this call number. The call number is essentially an address for a book, and each book that we have in our library has its own address. You can also see, so for example, this book right here says not available. That most likely means that this book is actually checked out to a patron right now. You can also see here that we actually also purchase and provide access to books that are online. So instead of coming into the library, this one you can see view online, and it's available straight through this link. So you have multiple avenues to find books through the library, all starting with the library's One search.